I was given a 2-hour slot, 8 to 10. But this talk is 15 minutes because I know the attention span of med students, especially if you're in exam week, which is 80% of the time. So I'm really thankful. Well, acknowledgements first. So, of course, I'd like to thank my class. Class of 1991. Look for yourself. That was me for town school. So I'd like to thank the UP College of Medicine Class 1991 for inviting me here. Personally to Beling, Dr. Melissa Zabuco Mercado, who is married to our, I just found out, our homecoming chair, Dr. Gary. I mean, I found out that he's the homecoming chair, not that I found out that they're married. Because they did an item, chismis. May sila yung talk ko eh, kaya we have a lot of time for chismis. So they did an item since class 1991 days. So may nagkakatuluyan, pero mga 2% lang yata ng batch. Nagkakatuluyan. Of course, I'd like to recognize baka man senior moment kaya natatakot ako yan. Ganun eh. Mabuko. Dr. Pia Lorenzo. Lopez Lorenzo, yes. Our batchmate also. Pia. Please stand to be. Pakilala na tayo na after 25 years, well-preserved pa rin ang class 91. Of course, si Elio umalis na ba? Yes. Dr. Marcelo. Mga kaklase ko since we came in 1984. Ganun pa rin ang itsura, minus the top. Father of informatics, buti na lang, meron umako. Dr. Leo Cubillan, my group mate for how many years? Anong group tayo? Group G ba? Ito, di ba? 7 pa rin ba? Group, So, yan yung grupong Cubillan, Dacudaw, Damian, David de la Rosa, del Rosario. I remember, naka-root, kaya maraming napagdaanan. I also, si Esther Sagi, ayan, maraming class secretary noon. Makulit noon, makulit pa rin ngayon. Hindi nagbago, yes. And, teka, sino ba? Sorry, sino pa dumating din? Oh, I think that's it. That's all for class 91. So thank you for class 1991 for inviting me, thinking that I can inspire. It's a tall order at hindi ko alam na I'm the initial offering. So, IPO. Tall order talaga. Of course, I cannot not acknowledge my family of origin represented here by my mother, my titan, who at age lang ano ba naman, well-preserved. So I know na tayong mga nagdodoktor, we owe a lot to our parents really sa kanilang pag-aaruga sa atin, sa kanilang pagtsatsaga, and for not asking anything in return for what they gave to us. So, salamat sa kanila that I'm here. And of course, syempre, I have to mention, pero walang representative, my in-laws, sabi nga ng husband ko when he read the Inquirer article Monday, which was written by one of our batchmates also, batchmate ko from high school and med school, si Homer. If this is streaming, thank you, Homer. He's watching. Sabi niya ng husband ko, wala pa nga akong mention dyan eh. Well, some things should be kept secret. Mahirap ng ibuko lahat. So thank you to my in-laws, their constant support, my mother-in-law, which destroys the image na pag mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, dapat mag-aaway ako. We have the best relationship. At hindi peke yun at hindi lang ako ipapalakas. So I'd like to thank my in-laws also for their support throughout this journey. Anyway, since I'm better read than her, so I'll be reading my speech. And this is just a short, few slides lang, kaya wala masyadong mabubuko dito ng mga mahirap na ngayon na mag-reveal ng mga tao na baka ayaw magpa-reveal. So, Catanduanes. Who has heard of Catanduanes? Uy, buti kayo. I've never heard of Catanduanes before. The 13th largest island in the Philippine archipelago. Land of the howling winds, undiscovered paradise. This has been home for the past 20 years, and yet I did not even know this place existed until months before I relocated there. But this is going ahead of the story. I started at the UP College of Medicine just after the EDSA Revolution of 1986. I don't know how your generation regards this episode in our recent history, but for those of us who grew up in the shadow of martial law, all 14 years of it, this era marked the phoenix rising from the embers of an autocratic regime. So please no to Bongbong for VP, ha? I had a fully government subsidized education. UP Integrated School, Philippine Science High School, UP College of Medicine Intermed Program, the third batch, so you know how old we are. And the last to spend 2 years in UP Diliman. At this time, UP Diliman was a maelstrom of political activity with Cory Aquino, whipping up crowds through her presidential campaign in the wake of her husband's 1983 assassination. In between Zoology 30 and Physics 52, we crowded to hear Chris, already showing her top show potential then, recount her father's struggle against the Marcos dictatorship. A few tumultuous months later, with Cory sworn in as the new president, and with my final pre-semester passed, thank God, Physics 52, the doors of the college finally opened to us. Bobby De La Paz and Eddie Dorotan were my UP Med alumni heroes. Bobby was one of hundreds of thousands of victims of martial law, an obedient son of the college who took community service to heart, but was paid with bullets and killed in Catbalogan summer. 35 years hence, his murderer has yet to be identified. Eddie at the time served as municipal health officer and surgeon in his hometown of Yersin, Sorsogon. For the grassroots-oriented inner class, to spend a few weeks under the tutelage of Dr. Dorotan was the initiation to aspire for. Unfortunately, I spent my community service in Old Ballarat, just behind our house. So that was my adventure. Currently, he is the guru of local government empowerment and is the executive director of Galing Po, which recognizes pioneering efforts of local chief executives in the country. 5 years of med school proper and another 5 years of general surgery training firmed up my resolve to practice in the countryside. My previous options had been Pampanga, where my father was from, or Batangas, my mother's birthplace. In fact, I remember summers I spent in Balayan, and that for me was my ideal place. But a series of fortunate events brought Catanduanes to the fore. First, a Doctors to the Barrios alumnus became my junior resident at National Kidney and Transplant Institute. He recounted his idyllic beachside medical practice in Baras. There were no surgeons in the whole island, and the nearest referral center was a 4-hour boat ride away. Then I was introduced to a businessman who would later become my husband, and that's another story, who had roots from Iraq. Later, through him and his mother, I met the provincial governor then, who, learning of my field of specialty, unhesitatingly invited me to start my practice there. So in 1997, fresh from surgical training and newly married at that, we embarked on our journey of a lifetime. Rene had already set up a business, and with my surgical instruments, bought from the money we got as wedding presents, I reported to the provincial hospital. I had already scoped out the place a month before, during our honeymoon. Anesthesiologist, check. Operating room, check. Cautery machine, check. We rented a small apartment, walking distance to the hospital. A few weeks into the planned trial period of 3 months, we knew we had found our home. Although I was given a part-time medical specialist position, I had my hands full 24/7, even before the term became in vogue. Being the only trained surgeon in the island then, I did the usual appendectomies, hernias, hemorrhoids, stabbings, and road accidents kept me up nights. Breast complaints filled up my clinic. I did tube thoracostomies, colostomies for imperforate anus, thyroid surgery, removed ear foreign bodies, removed swallowed coins. There was no ENT also. Now we have an ENT, thankfully. I gave lectures, conducted lay fora, guested at elementary school graduations, spoke before students and health professionals. This for me was opportunity to improve my confidence in public speaking. I organized hospital events such as roundtable discussions, continuing medical education seminars, medical missions, and the first ever summer festival for the hospital, which until today has not been surpassed in scope and personal involvement. I started my weekly medical column, which ran for 13 years in the Catanduanes Tribune, the leading local tabloid, and I even did the radio talk show circuit just to share health information. In 2 years, I got elected as president of the Transplanted Medical Society. With my team of 3 officers and with 0 funds, we had regular academic scientific symposia, formalized the organization with new bylaws, activated membership through a quarterly newsletter that I wrote, edited, and printed. So all this practice with writing was really being used well. And sent out doctors in all municipalities, 11 municipalities, through jeepney or bus courier, because this was the pre-cell phone era. We raised funds by increasing annual dues from a measly 50 pesos to a whopping 500 pesos, amidst house of protest from senior doctors. So that's when I started to develop my earplugs. And by staging a fundraiser, a ballroom dancing activity. So we have a lot of time, so I learned ballroom dancing along the way. By the time our 2-year term was over, we turned over 20,000 pesos to the next set of officers. And there has been a continuity of leadership since then. As soon as I became a fellow of the Philippine College of Surgeons and a pioneering fellow of the Philippine Society of General Surgeons, I was tapped by the Bicol chapters to serve as an officer. For this, I had to make frequent trips to Legazpi City and Naga City, which included a 4-hour Roro ride. So that's me. This is a recent picture of me taking the Roro and with a view of the magnificent Mayon. Very clear. You don't usually catch Mayon very clearly like that. So I had to make frequent trips to the mainland, which included a 4-hour Roro ride, as well as a 45-minute or a 2-hour land trip, respectively, each way. So every time you have a meeting there, you have to have make 3 days available, 1 for travel to, 1 for the meeting, and 1 day to travel back. So I had a lot of alone time. Eventually, I got the privilege to serve as PSGS Bicol Chapter President, where I kept constant touch with membership from 5 provinces in the region. Okay, pop quiz. What are the 6 provinces of the Bicol region? Walang premyo. Yes, okay. Kulani yata to, sige. The one who's raising his hand. Yes.
Camarines Sur, Camarines Norte, Catanduanes, Sorsogon, Albay, Masbate.
Very good. I'm geographically challenged, so I only found that out when I was based in Bicol already. Kakahiya. So So it's a challenge to be in the region because the area is wide and there are island provinces. So I organized missions, lectures, and lay fora. I also went on to serve a term as national director where I did editorial work for the PSG's 10th anniversary coffee table book. In 2005, after giving birth to my third child, and with a timely invitation to join a private hospital as medical director, I gave up my government position and lay low from regional commitments to concentrate on raising our two sons, 8 and 5, as well as our newborn daughter. I got into the PTA circuit, serving in various capacities, headed the blood service of our local Red Cross, and instituted volunteer blood donation in the province. When I came in, blood was bought. So every time blood is needed, there will be the blood brokers, and you can buy blood type AB for 5,000 a bag. Type O would be something like 2,000. Type A and B would be something like 3,000. Chartered the Rotary Club of Iraq, becoming its first president. I started moving out of the medical field and into the community at large, initiating together with fellow professionals and business leaders various health projects like missions, feeding programs, youth fora. The club is recognized as one of the strongest clubs in the Rotary District 3820, which is comprised of over 100 in Laguna, Batangas, Mindoro, Quezon, Marinduque, and the Bicol provinces. It has produced district-level officers and Paul Harris Fellows who are consistent $1,000 donors to the Rotary Foundation. Recently, we were awarded a $46,000 global grant to set up a barangay water system, of which I am the project manager. Gaining some recognition from the Phi Kappa Mu-sponsored search for outstanding community doctors in 2009 helped bring our Red Cross chapter to national headquarters attention. We got the necessary funding to start the first and only licensed blood collecting unit and blood station in Catanduanes. Of course, I'm the pro bono head. In our 5 years of operation, we have been supplying more than half of the blood needs of the province. That year, I was also appointed as member of the board of Iraq Water District, where we re-engineered the office, closely monitoring administration, improved collection rates, and raised the public perception of the district. We embarked on much-needed projects like water filtration and line extension from internally generated funds. Because to get funds from the local water utility administration, of which the head then was blank, you had to give 40% SOP. So I didn't want to be tainted with that. By the time I became chairman in 2013, we had re-energized staff morale and set a template for a highly functioning management. We were only in my second month of my second year of chairmanship when I resigned to accept the challenge of being chief of hospital of Eastern Bicol Medical Center, our provincial hospital where I had started my surgical career. The 1994 devolution of its management to the province, coupled with its 2010 conversion into an economic enterprise, had brought about negative political interventions such as personnel appointments based not on qualification but identification, a protracted procurement process which delivered expensive medicine and supplies in inadequate quantities, and COA disallowed provincial subsidies. I came in the midst of employee rallies, a case filed in court against the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for the reversion of the hospital to the province, and infighting among the medical staff. After 2 years, I would like to report that I had made headway in hospital operations, but the truth of the matter is I did not. Political interventions have only heightened, resulting in critical hospital leadership crisis. The salaries are still delayed and with a huge cash flow gap resulting from sluggish PhilHealth payments and receivables up to a third of its claims. Medicines and supplies are woefully inadequate. As an economic enterprise, based on a local budget circular, cannot be subsidized by the province and must only rely on its own income to fund its operations. But I'm not here to discourage you from moving into the front lines of the healthcare system in our country, or to dissuade you from joining government with its correctly perceived human and natural purpose. I am here to challenge you. In these geographically isolated, financially constrained, and poorly prioritized areas of the Philippines is where the preparation we get from the UP College of Medicine will be put to the test. The physical and mental hardships we endure through sleepless nights to cram for exams, prepare presentation, and serve our patients. These strengthen us for the multitude of tasks that have to be done. The persistent perseverance we developed through 5 years of medical school helps us to strive to realize a shared aspiration of an improved healthcare system for the millions of our kababayans who have very little. Our rigorous academic curriculum gives us the challenge Our rigorous academic curriculum gives us the confidence to face opposition square on and survive the professional mudslinging, the political wrangling, the public detraction that good works naturally attract. To move to the countryside is not for the faint of heart. Comfort zones are transgressed as we leave our established support systems and erect new ones. We must prepare to be toppled off our lofty pedestals and humbly join the masses that we vowed to serve as iskolar ng bayan. These are the masses that we must put names to because they are not mere statistic of morbidities and mortalities. They are fathers and mothers, grandparents, children, loved ones, our neighbors, the very face of our Creator, who we should feed, give drink to, clothe, and shelter. They are the sick or the imprisoned that we visit, or the dead we bury. Find your niche, your island, your Catanduanes. Among 7,100, there's bound to be one for you. Thank you for your kind attention. I will take questions, pero hindi mo walang tanong, okay lang, chichismisan na lang kami dito. No problem. Yes, batchmate, Jonas Del Rosario. Ayan, one of the 7 yan, di ba? Del Rosario de la Rosa. Jonas. Big time na yan, mahirap nang abutin, pero kabatch pa rin yan. Of course, I have to show this, kasi ito yung financier ko eh. Pag wala yan, walang libre ka ng servisyo. And my kids, who keep me grounded. May mga kaklase dito, my eldest, naalala ko si Yander. Hello, Yander. Mga kaklase ng anak ko. Yeah, intermed eh. Na-intermed sila, yung mga ko, BS Bio. So I will take questions if there are questions. Ayun pala ako. Malaboy abunda ha.
Yeah.
Rapid fire ba?
So,